Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And AT&T earlier this morning announces that they've hit another milestone. So AT&T hits 250 million covered with its 5G low band coverage. Now, just to put this in perspective, T-Mobile about a week ago or so announced that they hit 300 million with their low band 5G coverage 6 months ahead of schedule. So AT&T's announcement today shows you they're closing the gap. They're going to get to 300 probably around this same time next year. AT&T will likely have 300 million covered with their low band as well. Now, yes, I know T-Mobile has a bigger chunk of that spectrum on air in terms of low band with the N71. So if I recall correctly, T-Mobile has an average of 31 megahertz of band 71. So they cut in most markets, if not all markets, they cut band 71 down to 5 megahertz and they dedicated the rest of the spectrum to NR 5G. So in some markets that's 15, in some that's 10, in others that's even as much as 20, depending on the full slice that they got. So don't count AT&T out now. They have a variety of low band in their arsenal as well. They got band 14, they got band 5, they got band 29, they got band 12. Eventually, those will also be certified for NR. Then you'll be able to do N14, N12 will likely also come. N5 is already there. And then N29 will likely also come. And then with them having a deeper portfolio in low band, at some point, the phone's chips sets are going to be able to do aggregation with low band. You're going to, at some point in the future, in the near future, actually, you're going to be able to aggregate N5 and N12 or N5 and N29. That's going to come. What this lets me know is AT&T is far more aggressive versus Verizon in terms of aggressively rolling out the DSS technology on the low band. In some cases, AT&T has enough of the low band spectrum to dedicate a chunk to the NR. In other cities, in some cases, they have to use DSS. Nonetheless, AT&T is deploying it far more aggressive. They're covering 250 million now. Verizon's not anywhere close to that. I don't know their exact total in pops covered with low band. I don't think they've announced it. I got to check. But AT&T, they'll be knocking at that 300 million. They'll get closer by the end of the year, and sometime around this time next year, I think they'll hit that 300 million covered with its low band 5G. So, of course, T-Mobile was out of the gates ahead, right? They started this deployment, you could say, end of 2017, and then into 2018, it ramped up. It got more aggressive. Then 19 more markets cleared. They also, on this band 71 rollout, they also had different phases of clearance, kind of like what C-band is going through now. AT&T, if you look at it, they're catching them pretty quickly. And that's where that money comes into play. They're at 250 million already. T-Mobile just hit 300 6 months ahead of schedule. They've been working on this since 2017. Just let that sink in. Look how quickly AT&T was able to close that gap. That should let you know more or so what's about to happen with C-band. T-Mobile has the lead. Don't get me wrong. They got the lead now. They're deploying N41 at a rapid pace. But look at how quickly AT&T is getting ready to close that low band 5G coverage gap versus T-Mobile that's been working on that band 71 since 2017. And every single site they deployed got dual 5G radios. And the baseband units were upgraded to support NR. Every single band 71 site that got deployed got the upgrade. the full NR upgrade. And AT&T is at a pace they're catching them super quickly. I mean, it was just the other day that they reported 200 million surpassed with low band 5G coverage. Now it's 250. They're working at an insane pace, and that's where money comes into play. Money's a real thing. If you spend more, you can do more. It's actually that simple. It's nothing that T-Mobile is doing that's out of the ordinary in terms of them creating some proprietary technology that's only for them. AT&T also probably, I don't know for sure, but they also probably installed dual band radios when they did their first net deployment. So their sites were likely already ready to do low band 5G as well with the one touch. They may have not even needed to go back to the sites. It was likely just a flip of a switch. They were very quiet about it. They didn't go out like T-Mobile and say, oh, we're going to have this deployed nationwide 5G. They just did it very quietly. And today they announced 250 million covered. Just that quick. So if you still have doubts about them catching T-Mobile very quickly, this should let you know everything. They're going to catch them very quickly. Verizon will too. Both of them will be very aggressive. They'll spend more, so in return, they'll be able to do more. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Again, AT&T reaches another milestone. A lot of announcements coming out of the camp from AT&T. Enhanced unlimited plans, new partnerships with Boingo. I believe it's what it's called. There's more millimeter wave coming to airports. Lots and lots of updates coming from AT&T. They seem to be ramping up for something big. They're trying to position themselves. There's a rebrand coming. So lots of exciting news coming from AT&T in the coming weeks. Stay tuned to the channel for that. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.